Hey everybody, it's Tipsy Tuesday. Who's ready for Tipsy Tuesday? What's it called when you do the chicka 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 chicka? Look how pretty!
A fun weekly show where we grab our favorite drink. Salud!
Diana!
I see, it's nice.
We take our bras off.
Somebody just wrote chicken.
And we laugh at people from around the world.
Yeah, I want some cheese and crackers. Of course I do.
Sometimes we even have guests.
So put your jammies on.
It's time for Tipsy Tuesday.
Hey everybody, it's Tipsy Tuesday. Girl, who needs a drink on Tuesday at 9 o'clock already, even though it's only Tuesday? We're not even halfway through the week. Welcome. I know. Good evening. Who's this on time? Girl, we're on time because we got a great guest tonight. You're going to love her. I've been in bed since 7. Ollie, I'm so jealous. Hopefully everybody is hanging in there with the ridiculous heat wave that is coming through at least the East Coast. I think it's in the Midwest as well. So for anybody that is dealing with it, hopefully you are hunkered down in a basement somewhere. At this point, I will stand in a dirty basement just to get cool. We don't have central air. We have like air conditioning units, and it is just too hot. I know. It's like disgusting to breathe outside. So we're doing a music room vibe because this room has air conditioning, so it's perfect. I know everybody has been talking all day because we have the hilarious Lisa Ann Walter on tonight. You are in for a treat. You have seen her everywhere, and I want to make sure that we have our audience in before we bring her on because you're going to love her to death. So hopefully you've done your research and you've watched Abbott Elementary and all of the wonderful things that she's done. But let me formally introduce you, and this is going to take a minute. So here we go. Lisa Ann Walter's dynamic career spans television, film, and stage. She currently stars as Melissa in ABC's #1 hit, the Emmy-nominated and SAG award-winning comedy Abbott Elementary. She is widely recognized for her beloved role as Chessy in The Parent Trap and as Bobbie in Shall We Dance. She's also been featured in Bruce Almighty, War of the Worlds, Killers, and The Trouble with Dee Dee, which earned her 6 Festival Best Actress awards. On television, she's had guest appearances on hit shows like Grey's Anatomy, Glow, 911 with Angela Bassett. She starred in and co-created the network sitcoms My Wildest Dreams and Life's Work on ABC, the latter averaging 19 million viewers per week. She has created and executive produced Dance Your Ass Off, a hit dance weight loss competition show that became Oxygen's highest rated premiere. She's also co-created Tour Date, spotlighting the lives of female touring comedians currently in development with a major cable network. She's also authored a best-selling comedic memoir, The Best Thing About My Ass Is That It's behind me. And above all, she is proud to be a working mom of 4, balancing her life with one foot on the red carpet and the other one at Costco. And she jokes that her stomach remains reasonably flat after being the clown car that they all came out of. And if you're in the Philadelphia area, you can catch her this weekend at Helium Comedy Club, or actually July 11th at Helium Comedy Club. So please help me welcome from her fancy car, Lisa Ann Walter. Hey, Lisa.
Hi, and I'm wearing my Helium t-shirt. So I
love it.
That was
You're
not planned. That was
presenting.
an accident. I am in the middle of a million things because this hiatus where we take a break from filming Abbott was supposed to be like relaxing because I get up at 4:30 in the morning and we do it for 10 months out of the year, 9 months out of the year, and I have done nothing but go go go. Like there has been no let up. So
Wow. So where are you now?
in my car.
Are you home, like LA?
I
Or are
am
you
in
tour-
LA. Well, I'm actually in Pasadena, truth be told,
Okay.
visiting a friend at the hospital. And I left. I was like, I gotta go. I gotta go talk. I gotta go do the Tipsy show. Come on. So Let's
Well,
go.
I
Let's
love it.
go. There's the
I
flowers.
love it. Well, thank you so much for joining us. I don't even know.
You're
There's
welcome.
so many things that we can talk about. I know that you started as a stand-up. How long? How
Yes.
long have you been a stand-up for?
Well, let's see. I moved to New York to be an actor right out of college in the mid 80s. And I was too afraid to go on auditions. I was like, when I lose 10 pounds, I'll go audition. Because
Yeah.
back then they were literally telling you, like, don't bother. Like, you can't be a fat white woman on TV. I think years later on the show 30 Rock, the character that Alec Baldwin played, Jack Donaghy, said
Yeah.
this
Yeah.
line. He said, actors can be or actresses can either be 10 pounds underweight or 50 pounds overweight. Anything else is just bad TV. And like, that's what they were going off of back then. Like, you could be like Charlie's Angel stick figure, or you had to be like the
The big.
hefty sidekick.
Mm-hmm.
So I was just curvy and I was afraid to go audition. And I got pregnant instead, which it turns out is something I do very well. And
You have 4 kids, right?
four that I know of. Yeah. So I had him, and when he was about a year old, my friends started saying, because I had a bunch of friends that I went to Catholic University with this real prestigious acting program I went to, and these people were running around the country doing Shakespeare, and they were doing Broadway in New York, and they said there was a comedy boom going on. If any one of us should be doing stand-up, it's you. So I put
Mm,
together, I had about an hour's worth of material the first time I ever got on stage and did 3 minutes. Supposed to do 3. They wound up letting me stay on stage. I did 15. And the bug bit me. I was hooked because I killed. So
I
within 6 months, I did It's Showtime at the Apollo as a featured performer. I was traveling all over the country doing stand-up. And I did that for 7 years. I bought my first house doing stand-up. And then I got the offer, come to LA and create a sitcom based on your stand-up voice. So I did. And
amazing.
it was really just because in those days there were hardly any mom comics. Roseanne was about it. So
Right.
there were no husbands willing to, stay home with the kids while the wife went on the road and made a living doing stand-up. And I just lucked out and had one of those great guys, great first husband. We still be
That's
together today, but it turns out the joke line is we had too much in common. He also liked men.
mm.
So so
Well,
I
I
went to
love.
LA and the rest is history.
And well, your career has spanned just generations now. I mean, everybody kind of
Yes.
knows you from The Parent Trap, and all of the ways that you have reinvented yourself, to me, is just the most amazing thing. I've been doing stand up for 23 years, and I was just like, it's not over. I'm just going to keep doing my thing. But I
No,
watched,
absolutely. And first
right?
of all, that's what you just said is so what everybody should be operating under. And whether you're stand up, whether you're in the arts at all, or whether you're just like, I have this great invention and I'm selling it on, Etsy or whatever it is, the only surefire way to fail is to quit. That's
Yeah.
the only way that you can absolutely guarantee that you won't make that thing that you want. And it's different for everybody. Some stand-ups, their thing is you have a residence in Vegas. Other ones, I want to create the
Yeah.
TV show around my act. But whatever it is, me, Cheryl Lee Ralph, my co-stars on Abbott, and
Mhm.
Stan
Mhm.
Davis, who at 73, for the first time ever in his career, got he was recurring when we started and he became a series regular. So it ain't over till it's over, baby.
I love it. Well, what
I
was
always say, I'm not singing. If the fat lady ain't singing, it's
I'm
not
doing it.
over.
What
Yeah.
was that? What was that call like for you when you found out that you got Abbott Elementary? Like, did you know, like, okay, this is the thing. This is where I break through. Like, was that like in a big way for you?
Okay, first of all, it's a great question. What was the phone call like? Because honestly, it was just like this. I was in my car. I was driving from my house to go do something for the kids, some errand, something, because it was during pandemic. And I was taking care of my mom who was really sick. And every time there was she was in a senior community, but in assisted living. But whenever they had an outbreak of COVID, I brought her to my house because it would have killed her. She had congestive heart failure. So I was taking care of her, 3 months at a time, had the 2 boys back home from college because it
Mhm.
interrupted their school. So
Mhm.
I remember I was driving down the hill from my house probably wearing gloves or something. You remember how we all used to go out like in hazmat suits?
Yes,
Every time I
yes,
went to even get gas, I was like gloved up.
yes.
So I got the call from my agent, and he was crying because he had believed in me so much, and he was such a lovely person, or is
Wow.
such a lovely person. And he started crying, so I couldn't really cry because he was crying. But I had such a good feeling about it when I was auditioning. You never know, though. You never know. So even though I felt like when I looked at the script, this is a Sicilian chick, me, who's a teacher in an inner city school. That was my mother. Like, I watched her life. And I said, the way it was written, instead of talking myself out of it, which is usually what I do, because they have one part for 50 of us all going for the same role. And I know all the wonderful actresses that listen, I did a movie called Shall We Dance, and the people I was up against were like Bette Midler. So there's like serious competition for these roles, especially on a network show. So I'm like, I looked at it and I went, this is mine. This is mine. There is nobody better for this. This is me, except for being from Philly, which I can learn. And
you do. I was on your Instagram, and the love that you have for Philly is just awesome. So you could tell it's so genuine.
It's real. It is.
But it's so great. I think the thing that people love about you is that, I mean, there's so many people watching you right now, but you just seem like so down to earth, and there are so many things that are close to your heart. As a woman of 52 and going through the whole menopause journey, I'm growing out my silver. I love that you.
Congrats.
Thank you.
Congrats on the menopause. It's a nightmare, but when you get to the other side, it's like, woo!
It is, but I love we talk about it a lot. We talk about buying good underwear. I make sure all the people that watch this, I'm like, please have good underwear. So I got divorced during pandemic and starting over, and my girlfriend took me on like a Pretty Woman montage of new slutty clothes for dating. And so we're in the dressing room, and she was like, what are you going to do with your underwear? And I was like, she was like, well, she's like, can you hear me?
Oh, what happened?
Hold on. Are you there? You got me?
There you are. Yes.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Okay.
I heard slutty montage, and I'm like, I'm so in. I don't know what this is, but I want to hear more.
Yes. And so she said, what are you going to do with your underwear? I go, what are you talking about? She's like, that's marital underwear. You're wearing marital underwear. You need dating underwear. You need to like step it up. And so I'm like, whether you're married or not, stop wearing marital underwear. Go get some sexy underwear. Make your husband think something's going on. Just do it for you and be sexy and fabulous.
That's what I said at 40. At 40, I said, listen, I still have kids that need to go to college because I had the twins from a second marriage. But it's time in my life that I make a priority out of having matching sets. I am not anymore going to wear where the dog ate the crotch out of them, or you've got the bra. You are allowed to keep that one bra that's like a shame that anybody sees you in. It's got one hook left. It's just hanging on. That's your Thanksgiving bra. You wear that at Thanksgiving because it doesn't hurt. It doesn't bind you up when you're trying to eat like a schafatoon. But other than that, you have your nice set. So what did your friend do with you? She brought you for
so one of the rules was you couldn't buy underwear in packs anymore. Like, stop buying packs. Go out, pick this would be nice. This one. So it's a hard rule. Like, no packs of underwear. You're a big girl, buy big girl underwear. It's the whole thing. So so it was great.
And not big girl panties, because that's something different. But you know what? Here's the tip. If you want to have that kind of, swag, riz, as the kids say, you don't have to go spend a gazillion bucks. You don't have to go buy the Wall-Cole or whatever the really fancy schmancy panties are. You wait for Victoria's Secret to have their sale. They have their sale. And then you walk in. You have to have some stamina, though, because you're going to be digging through like buckets of drawers. Buckets of drawers.
I love it. I'm a Soma girl. Do you have Soma out there?
We do, but not as much as the Vicky's Secret. Vicky's everywhere.
Soma is so fantastic. You would love it. I'm a big Soma girl. So tell me why for you was talking about menopause. And I just want to say as well that you were just Which show were you just on? And you were talking about how your kids are completely unimpressed and barely answer the phone. That is completely my life. Nothing. I was like, hey, I just went to Canada. Nobody answered. Nobody knew I left the country. Nobody cared. Nothing.
They're literally sitting in front of the game console or the monitor, like still ordering shit from, pardon me, I cursed, I'm sorry. They're still like throwing out an order like, hey, can you pick up, some, pick up the, what are the Uncrustables? Pick up a box of Uncrustables. And I'm like, what, who are you? My other son came and said, he's asking for Uncrustables on the phone. How come you're not answering? And I said, because I'm in Buffalo. What is wrong with you? I'm like, I've been gone for 3 days. Like, no, and don't care. I could getting ready to go to every single time I've been ready to go out the door for like an award show or something. I'll get, hey, can you pick this up? Or can you do this for me? Oh, do you mind getting this out of the laundry? And I'm in a ball gown, full ball gown. And I just go, turn all the way around and look at me with both eyeballs for 5 seconds.
I can't. It's too much.
I know.
It's too much. No,
and it's
not
paying the bills. Like if I were just some kind of like creepy, self-involved, society lady, where I have an event. I'm going to an event, but I'm like, this paying your school.
Yeah. You see these lights that are on? Mommy paid for them with what she's doing right now. Now, do any of your kids have the comedy bug? Because I will tell you, I have 3 kids. 2 of my kids are doing stand-up. They live in Brooklyn. But my middle daughter is doing it. And she's 23, and she's so dirty. You would love her. But it's been very interesting, like watching, because she's like, this is really hard. I'm like, yeah, it is really hard. You don't remember you were a baby when I started. So like, any of your kids kind of followed in your footsteps?
Not entirely. Like the twins they're mirror twins, first of all, so they're completely different. I like to say I had one that was like an emo, one that was like an aggro right-handed football playing straight kid, and the other one's like a left-handed emo musician, also straight kid. They're both straight. I tried really hard to have at least one that was gay, but they're straight. And my daughter is getting her, I know, my daughter's getting her PhD in psychology in New York. She's living almost 4 blocks from where I used to live in Jersey City when I was in the New York area. So she's in that cute neighborhood. And then my oldest, who was the little baby when I started doing stand-up, and he would run around, I have a spoon in the car. He would run around with a spoon going, I do comedy, ah! And he'd just yell I guess that's what he thought I was doing. But he is like a real, he grew up with that sense of humor because he was with me when I was like 24 years old, starting out this career. He got that sense of humor being next to me. And he's super funny. He does a lot of stuff with comedy. He's a musician first, he's a writer, producer for music. And so he started doing a music comedy thing with a friend of his, and I mean he had deals with Universal and all this other like serious stuff, but he really loves comedy and he loves writing musicals. So he's in Brooklyn also, and he's the only one that's really pursuing a performing or comedy career.
Yeah, I love that. Now,
but I love that your daughter's doing it. I love that your daughter's doing it because it was really so not an option when I was coming up. I was like one of maybe 2 dozen, 3 dozen in the whole country. There were none.
It is. It's amazing. And the crazy thing is, so like, all this stuff was happening during the pandemic, and, you really start to see how important comedy is when you're like, so my dad passed away. I got divorced, hit menopause, all my
sorry.
Yeah, it was a lot. But I ended up writing like another hour about starting over. And so I tour with
just going to say,
yeah,
people who aren't comics think that this is like the most heartless, horrible thing.
Yes.
But when you were saying all that, literally in my head as a comic, I'm like, that's great material.
Yeah. Boom, boom,
Like
boom, 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 boom.
we're a sick, weird group of
We
people.
we are, but you started to see like it literally, like finding humor was the most important thing for us. So we wrote the show, and so I was touring with my mom and my daughter. So my daughter would do like 10 or 15 minutes. I would do like an hour, and then my mom would headline with a tight five. And come out with sparkly shoes. And it was what we needed
So
at the time. It was great.
wonderful. And you
It
know what?
was.
That's the reason why I wanted to talk to you, because I was told about this and thought it was the most amazing thing that I had ever heard. And
Yeah.
I love that. I mean, first of all, the different point of view from the different generations, but just for you guys to spend that time together,
Oh, I
that's
know.
that's a
Although
blessing.
anytime we would get on the plane, I was like, come on, we got to get on the plane. And everybody keep grandmom away from me. Like, I was just like, I don't know that you're supposed to travel with your mom. I was like, I love you, but sit across the aisle from me for this 4-hour flight. Like, it was
Yeah.
very funny. She's awesome. She has more fans than I do. So she is the queen, but it has been great and amazing. And I know, I don't want to keep you. I wish we could talk the full hour, but I know you're so busy. And I just want to thank you so much for taking the time out. And so if you are going to be in the Philadelphia area, go and check out Lisa Ann's show. It's July 11th at Helium Comedy Club in Philadelphia. But you're touring everywhere, and our audience is from all over the country.
Yeah, but this is the last date for this. I mean, I'm very lucky. I have clubs all year long that want me to come there. I know there's one that I'm supposed to go to in Chicago and Spokane. I'm always asked to go places, but I really only have a certain number of weekends to go and do it. And it is truly what I love, because, you know, when you're on that stage, you make the crew laugh. We make each other laugh in the cast of Abbott, but there's nothing like getting in front of a room of people, you know this, and just watching joy come out of them. I always say it's why God put me on this earth. And you should know, for the Helium shows, that we have shows the 11th, 2 on the 11th, 2 on the 12th, and they added one on Sunday the 13th, but they sell out super early because I have been incredibly blessed with Philadelphia embracing me and loving me, and it's my favorite place to play. It's always why I save it for last before I go back to work.
That's so awesome. That's so awesome.
Yeah.
Now, somebody just wrote in the comments, I lived right next to her and babysat her kids when she went to Hollywood, Delia and Jordan. Do you know Susie Crabtree Collier?
I sure do know Susie Crabtree. Hi, Susie Crabtree Collier. Oh my God, that she listens to this is perfect. That is that makes so much sense. Susie's the best. She really did watch, because what I used to do is I used to put the kids in the car, because I had the older one, and then I got pregnant 4 years later with my daughter. I did stand up until 3 days before I had her. I'm on stage like this. And then I went back to work when she was 5 weeks old. And that's when I met Susie, because that was the house that we bought with my stand-up money. And I had to work because I had to pay that mortgage. So sometimes my husband and I would take the kids and go on the gigs with me. I would run back to the hotel in between shows and nurse her. And sometimes I would be expressing breast milk when I was on the road into a Ziploc bag and putting it in the freezer. But other times, like when I had a big thing in the city, like doing Showtime at the Apollo, Susie would watch the kids, and she was the best babysitter ever.
That's awesome.
Honestly, I would not be here if it wasn't for the people in my life that helped with those kids when they were little. It takes a village.
Yeah, for sure. I remember having to take my baby with me to Vegas, and I made my mom come, and I would breastfeed in between the 9 o'clock and the 11 o'clock show. I'd be back there, and I was like, okay, here's the baby. But you know, you just do it. Your brain's like, this is what we have to do.
Listen, one of the first gigs, I will never forget it. One of the very first gigs that I had after having my daughter was in Providence, Rhode Island. And I was at the Connection. There used to be a comedy Connection there, like in Boston. And I was on stage, and I was incontinent. My first was a C-section, but she was VBAC. And I was on stage telling the audience, I don't have to take a bathroom break because I'm peeing right now. It was awful, but wonderful.
Always lead into the comedy. That is so crazy. Well, Michelle just put in the link to Lisa Ann's comedy club dates coming up. So make sure you check those out. And of course, to watch you on
I
Abbott
don't know if
Elementary.
you can hear me, but I can't see anything. So
Oh, all right.
I've lost power.
All right. Well, I'm going to just say
All
thank
right.
you
Well,
so
I'm
much.
just going to say goodbye. Bye, Dee Dee.
Okay. Thank
I
you
want to
so
meet you
much.
and your mom someday. Bye.
Yes, I would love that. Thank you so much. Oh my gosh, she is awesome, right? Lisa would be my teacher bestie for sure. What a pleasure. I want to thank her so much. I wish I could have thanked her in person. Hopefully, she'll get to go back and watch this. But what a treat and what an amazing story. I think that whether it's her, Leanne Morgan, all of these comedians who have worked so hard for decades and have found their place in the universe and are giving a voice to all of us older ladies who still have lots to say. So it's truly lovely to meet her. And Michelle did a great job. We were trying to get Lisa on the last time she came through Philadelphia, and we weren't able to link it up. So, and Susie Crabtree, what a small world. I'm sorry I didn't say it sooner. I was so invested in what she was saying. And then I looked over and I saw your note. She's like, why aren't you telling her I said hi? And I was like, why Susie thinks she knows her. So my apologies, Susie, for not seeing it earlier. But that was amazing, right? So cool. Oh my gosh. Always loved her character, and whatever she comes out, I really think is because she is right. It's so funny when you get to meet people who are just as lovely off screen as they are on screen. I know. You two could be sisters. I know. I know. Is it a small world that Susie was recognized for her love and care of those kiddos? I tell you, I mean, I know when my kids were younger, I couldn't have done anything unless my parents were there. Hey there, how are you, angel face? Oh, please. All right, Stephanie, we'll send some prayers for your son. I know she does. She seems like somebody you're like, please be my best friend, right? We're very rarely in this room. This is the music studio. This room used to be a pool room. But when Jason got it, the pool wasn't in great shape. So he filled it in and turned it into a music studio. My piano is back over there, and there's a whole bunch of instruments back there as well. I know it is cozy. Yeah, Jason's over there working. And this is Bobbie just hanging out. I know Bobbie always looks stressed. That's her resting someone's going to kill me face. And it's pretty powerful. And then you start to wonder, are we about to get killed? Because it is. It would be my special spot. My ukulele's upstairs. I know. Gosh, now it feels so boring without Lisa Ann talking and telling us all of these amazing stories. I know. Is it more like home since your piano is there? Yes. It's I thought you meant billiards when you said pool. Oh, you legit meant pool. Yeah, no, there was a pool, like a swimming pool. The woman that lived here before Jason had MS, and so she was able to put this pool in to help with exercise and stuff. But yeah, it was not in great shape. So yeah. Or is it still settling? No, I play the piano. I don't get to play it as much as it's very funny. My house was so tiny, so I would constantly walk by my piano and be like, gosh, let's sit down and play something. But now it's all the way out here. And so I don't really come in here very often, but right now it's the only one that has like fantastic air conditioning. So we're hanging out in here. I just had to buy 2 other air conditioners for different rooms because it's so hot. The pool was not in great shape, Ollie. It was like one of those situations where it would be more money to fix the pool. Yeah. As I was given a discount. That's all right, Judy. And take it. Take the discount. Isn't it cooler downstairs? Yeah, but no, it's ungodly hot. And then I decided to make food in an oven. So that was not my best idea. Yeah. So Pina, happy birthday. It was her birthday on Sunday. Cheers to you, Pina. Happy birthday. And I keep thinking about the fact that this heat wave that has come through, and it's still not July. Yeah, I'm not really sure what we're going to do because it's not July yet. So it's a lot. I know, Pat, I'm starting to think the same thing. The window units, and I said to him, I go, how old are these window units? He was like, what's that? I go, see what your face did? That means that they're too old. And I don't actually think that they're working. So, Julie, I actually tried to fix my hair. My hair was okay. So we did the morning show this morning. It was fine. We were outside and I was like, it's fine. I'll just go inside. It'll be a little bit cooler. And then Tommy, who was on the morning show this morning, was like, where's the other dog? And I was like, oh, she's right here somewhere. And then he looked at me. He's like, I left the gate open again. I'm going to kill him. And so we spent an hour in the 100-degree weather running. Had to call the police. It was the whole thing. Yeah, this is what she looks like right now. There she is. That's what you look like at night when you go running around the neighborhood for an hour in 100-degree weather. That was my day today. So I looked like a crazy person today because I was just so disgusting. So I did try to fix myself. I don't know if it worked, but that's it. Yeah. And at one point, Dina, I just got it trimmed. So now all of my highlights are gone. So this is just my silver now. So this is what my real hair looks like. Oh, girl, she went on a field trip. Full field trip. So I finally spot her next door, and there's this like chicken wire fence between us and the next door neighbor. And I see her. So I go running to the back, 100 degrees, running down the street, still 100 degrees. I come up, I have to squeeze through this fence, and she's standing there like a dum-dum. And she's like this, like she looks like, okay, you remember Cujo? Young people don't know this word, and they should. Because I say Cujo, you're like, ooh, she looked like Cujo. Okay, just drool coming out, and her face was like, just because she's trying to get as much air into her mouth as possible. She didn't have any water. I'm like, girl, this is not a good look for you. And then we stared at each other. It was like an old Western where you could hear that music like that. And we stared at each other for a second. And I said, come here. And she was I heard that music. And then she was like, and then she took off. And I was like, this bee. And then she was gone. And that's when I had to call the cops. I went up and down the street yelling her name. Nothing. And then the cops came, this nice lady, police officer, policewoman. And she's like, it's hot. I said, it is hot. I'm starting to think I don't need this dog because I'm going to die. We're all going to die running outside for an hour. She was sizing me up. Yeah, happened again. And why, Danielle? Because Tommy left the gate open again. This doesn't happen on my watch. Does not happen. But on Tommy's watch, I said, Tommy, I don't think you're going to be allowed over anymore. No, she didn't catch any animals. Finally, Tommy called me. So where we live is only one street in, one street out, right? It's just like, there's like gates around it. So for the most part, she'll stay right there. But not everybody closes their gates. So Tommy found her at the last house right before the main road. And luckily, they have dogs down at that house. And our neighbor saw Lulu and was able to get her into like a fenced-in yard and give her some water. Oh, Tommy helped me. I was like, I don't know what your plan is for today, but this is what we're doing now. It was not my favorite day. I literally was so disgusting. So disgusting. I was just like, I can't. So that was my. I need to look up this Cujo. Alejandra, how do you not know who Cujo? Let me explain it to you. I don't know how the movie starts. All I know is that a car breaks down with a mom and her son. He has asthma. We don't have his inhaler. I don't know why. And a dog gets bit. Correct me if I'm wrong on any of this. A dog gets bit and has rabies. Now, I know we're supposed to get rabies shot. I don't know what happens. I do now because of Cujo. And if you ever wanted to freak out, cry a little in bed, watch Cujo. Not good. And it is the most terrifying movie you've ever seen. Who's Tommy? Tommy is America's Funniest Handyman who's working on my house, but he's also a very funny comedian. And he is a master carpenter. So he has been working on the carriage house in the back. And so he comes in the morning and he'll do the morning show. Super fun, brings a chicken. And it's a great day. But then he starts working and then he leaves the gate open. I didn't even know he did because I'm facing the opposite direction. And it wasn't so I was finishing up the morning show, typing some little stuff up. And then, yeah. No, he doesn't, Melanie. Oh my gosh. Yeah, no. Come here. Oh, whose face is this? She says my face. It's my face. That's my face. It belongs to me. It belongs to me, she says. I love it. She loves to give you her paw. Come on, girl. Did you say he brings a chicken? Yeah, Stacy. I laid that out real smooth. Did you see it? I was wondering who's going to pick it up. But he does. He brings a chicken. Not a real chicken. But he does every time. Okay, thank you. I'm good. You don't have to. I'm good. I'm clean. Well, maybe I'm not. Okay, I get why you're doing it. But, girl, I'm going to get a shower in the morning. I am good. No, he like a rubber chicken. You know what I'm saying? She's like, I think I do. I also feel like I might cry. She's like, did you hear that? We're about to die. Yeah. All the time. All the time. She's like, don't say it. Don't say the word die. Because that makes me feel a little upset. I love doing her voice. She's like, why? What is it? What is it? What is it that you want? I know you want to clean me because I'm disgusting. Okay. All right. Come on, give it to me. Okay. Yeah. The best is when, there's Jason. Are you taking these dogs?
Taking away.
They want to cuddle with you.
Oh, that's so sweet. My dog goes. My dog kid.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine. Okay.
There you go.
Okay, thank you.
There you go.
Thank you.
Look her hands.
I was telling them how Lulu got out. You've seen the movie Cujo, right?
No, I don't think I ever saw it.
What?
I think I missed that one.
How do so many people not know who Cujo
I
is?
did see Jaws. Did you talk about the 50th anniversary?
I did not.
It's in the news.
Is it?
Thing, yes.
Really?
It's a very
big
thing.
The
It's a big
50th anniversary.
There's a lot of t-shirts.
What will you be doing to celebrate the 50th
We
anniversary?
should watch it in Margate.
Don't you think?
Go take a swim.
Don't you think it's going to be like if it's like watching E.T. Like E.T. when we were kids, you're like, oh my gosh, and he's in the bicycle and he has the hood. But then when you go back and watch it with your kids, you're like, these special effects are not good. Like, don't you think Jaws is going to lose? No,
Jaws is different.
Come on, the special effects. It was like a guy just doing this. Like, I mean, when you look back, I mean, at the time, it was terrifying.
Yeah.
But I mean, if we were to go back and watch it,
But it had three of the greatest actors of all time in it too.
And who are those?
Dreyfuss.
And
the cop, the guy who played the cop.
What's his name?
He's a great actor.
He's one of the greats.
And
I can't remember his name.
The guy, the hunter, was like a famous stage actor, like a long-running Broadway star, and he was.
So you don't know any of the greatest actors. You know one name. Names are irrelevant.
Robert, I think the cop's name was
Roy
Robert.
Schneider.
Roy Schneider, yes, I knew it started with an R. Roy Schneider, and then the third. What's the third guy's name?
I don't know.
Come on, you know him.
I don't. I'm not.
You're a Broadway person. You should know.
I don't. No. I saw Jaws in 1975 in the movie theater. We were terrified.
I saw the drive-through. The drive-in.
Oh, you went to the drive-in. Oh, that's where you. Oh, that's interesting. You went to drive-ins.
Yeah, I was like 5 when that came out.
Oh.
So not what you think.
Really? Oh, what was I thinking? Robert Shaw?
Yes.
He doesn't know. Okay, let me tell you something. Here's another thing that I think everybody should know. If I said the words, honey badger don't care, do you all know what I'm talking about? Honey badger don't care. I said I have to say it like that. You would never say honey badger don't care. You'd be like, honey badger don't care. Like that. Tell me. Do you know exactly what I'm talking about? You should, because it's part of Americana. Julie, honey badger don't care. Stop it. Stop it. No idea. Love the honey badger. Greatest quote of all time. Honey badger don't care. What? Yeah, exactly, Ollie. I wish I could say it. What are you talking about? Yeah. What? Okay, listen. Last night, so one of our favorite things to do in bed, you're like, whoa, that took a turn. No, listen. I mean, we have some favorite things to do, but this is different. Is at night, I will scroll through my Instagram, right? Well, this video came up what's the honey badger? Okay, stop. Last night on Instagram, a video of a honey badger showed up. And there's a lot of stuff we do in bed that's exciting. I don't want to be like, that's a weird thing. Okay, there's a number. This is like number 7. Just, that's not in the top 3. Okay. Anyway, this video of a honey badger. Okay. Yeah, Kathy, I don't want to say it. This honey badger video shows up, and it's a serious honey badger video. Okay. And it's talking about how the honey badger just does whatever it wants. It apparently has the thickest skin, and like 100 bees are going to do nothing. He's just going to go in and eat the honey, because guess what? Honey badger don't care. Okay. But they don't say that. They're using big words, like National Geographic words. I've never heard of a honey badger before this video came out. Badger, not beaver, badger. So Jason was like, a honey badger? He's like, that is so interesting. And I looked at him and I go, Jason, honey badger don't care. And he was like, what? I go, honey badger don't care. Honey badger's going to do whatever it wants, whatever it wants. And he was like, what are you saying? Why are you talking like that? I go, Jason, you know honey badger don't care. He was like, I don't know what you're talking about. We go back and forth. I said, it was an iconic video. So then I think Snoop Dogg did it. And he was like, I don't even know what you're saying. So if you put in honey badger Snoop Dogg, it wasn't Snoop Dogg that did the original thing. It is a very gay man who does a voiceover of a honey badger just in the wild. So it's like National Geographic video of a honey badger with the most fabulous flamboyant gay man doing the voiceover. And he was like, honey badger don't care. Honey badger don't have to put up with anything. And there it is. Colleen just posted, here's the original. But I knew that Snoop Dogg did some version of this. Okay, so Snoop Dogg, Pizzizzle Earth is what I think it's called. Pizzizzle Earth. Just put honey badger after the show. Snoop Dogg, and you'll see Pizzizzle Earth. And in this show, they put Snoop Dogg in front of a camera. And then they play just nature videos. And then he voices those over. Now, number one, he don't know who any of these animals are. They don't tell him anything. So is it a seal? Is it a walrus? Is it some other weird, cold, aquatic animal? He just makes it up. And then something gets killed and he loses. It's the funniest. I don't know why we don't have Snoop Dogg voice over everything. The Olympic, I mean, he's great on the Olympics. But if you put Honey Badger Don't Care, you're gonna see this video. And I just don't think we can be friends if you guys don't know it. Yeah, my legs are wide open. It is basically a 4-hour YouTube rabbit hole. He was calling an otter a river thug. It's like, look at this river thug. It is the funniest thing. And then a whole bunch of those otters went after a crocodile, and the crocodile ran away. It's like, look at this little bitch. Like, it just is the funniest thing. Let's wrap this up. I need to get to the Honey Badger videos. We'll be done in about 13 minutes. And then everybody's going to be like, YouTube's going to be like, we don't know what happened last night. Sometime around 10 o'clock, there was a run on Honey Badger videos. Why? Me. So it just was so funny. Because sometimes I'll say things to Jason, and he's like, what are you talking about? I'm like, Honey Badger Don't Care. Makes perfect sense to me. And he looks at me like I'm crazy. 307 people watching Honey Badger videos. I'm telling you. Does Jason bring up random stuff like you do? Where you look at him like he's crazy? Yeah, but his stuff, Janice, is like smart things. He'll say words. And I'm like, that's not a word. He was like, because he's very smart. And he'll be like, Dina, it's actually a word derived from the Latin. And then I go, and then I fall asleep. He likes to like hit me with like facts and big words and education. No, Denise, I'd like to think that he goes into work the next day and he's like, did you guys hear Honey Badger Don't Care? Now, I highly doubt he does, but I want him to be prepared. You know what I mean? Like the spelling bee kids are like, please give me the country of origin. Yeah, exactly, Lorraine. He was doing dumb stuff like reading classic books instead of watching real funny videos. Jason's topics are the top 8 most fun things to do in bed. I know number 8. Yeah, you should watch when you tell people one of the most fun things we do in bed. Honey Badger. Okay. I am trying to make him a well-rounded individual. Yeah. Of course I showed him the video. I'm like, Jason, how are you going to know what Honey Badger thinks if you don't watch the full video? Yeah. No, I do. I like to ruin him a little bit. He brings me up, I bring him down. And that is love. That's how relationships work. Are you the one that brings your partner up, or does your partner bring you down? Be honest. I ruin Michelle. I ruin Michelle on a regular basis. It's literally one of my favorite things. Exactly, Larry. And that's what I like. That's what I like to believe. It's all about balance. So anyway, I don't have a partner, but I'd say I'll bring him down. uh-huh. Did you know Florida is the wiener of the U.S.? Now you'll never unsee it. Rachel. Listen, I have not seen Rachel say a lot of things in our chat. But when she was like, I would like to finally say something. We're like, okay, Rachel. She said, did you know the Florida's the wiener of the U.S.? Did not expect that from you, Rachel. Thought you'd come in a little softer, but you coming in, guns a-blazing. So there's that. Sounds like Rachel's getting a new nickname. My husband is super smart. I pretend I'm on my phone when we watch Jeopardy. He gets every answer. Exactly. I'm not sure if I bring Shakendra down or she brings me down. I think it's equal. And then you don't really, you just stay exactly where you are. Yeah. Yeah, it's so funny. Anyway. My 17-year-old son enlightened me about sound waves and frequencies tonight at dinner. So there's that. Oh, Deanna, that must have been riveting. It was my mini massage gun for my knee. Okay, Shakendra, is that what you call it? Your knee? Girl, I'm tired. I've been drinking. Now Shakendra wants to talk about her hot knee. Okay. Yeah. You never know. No, Christy, I'm tired and I still haven't packed for tomorrow. So it's a whole thing. She complained about her massager on the plane too. Oh, she's telling everybody. Oh, that's good. Interesting. Moody. Listen, I'm still trying to recoup from this trip. No, there's going to be an open mic. Steph and Missy are going to be there at the beginning, and then I'll probably join towards the end. But yeah, you guys better show up. I'm going to guess that Rachel brings her person down. Yeah, but I bet he loves it. She had a lot of fun. I could just tell. Did you read excerpts from your book? How was it received? I'll let anybody else answer. I don't know how it was received, but I did. I read 3 chapters of the book, and hopefully it was good. It seemed like people were laughing, so I guess that's good. Sorry. So I guess that was a good thing. And it's always interesting to read it out loud, just, like certain words. And so like, I really struggle sometimes with like, like, do you write a book for it to be read, or do you write a book the way that you read? Because so there's proof there is a book. Yes, there is proof. There is proof that it happened. So yeah, we'll see. But it was good. I think it's good for me to read it. It's good to also hear like what people laugh at, you know. And I wonder if people would laugh as hard if I wasn't reading it. You know, like if somebody is just reading it, is it as funny as when I read it, right? Because 2 of the chapters had Diana in it. So of course I was reading it the way that I hear Diana, which is loud. But I don't know. Is it as funny if you're just reading it? I don't know. I would love to make an audio version. Yeah, no, they all had to sign NDAs, so they're not allowed to tell you about what they read. I did not finish, Christy. I have 7 chapters left. And I knew I had the trip this weekend, and then I have this corporate for the next 2 days. So I plan. Missy and I made some dates for next week to write and do another little retreat. I think hearing it in your voice makes a big difference. Yeah. So we'll see. We'll see, you know, what people think. Yeah, but I told them, I said, just say no, you all signed an NDA, even though they didn't. Mm-hmm. 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 No, my corporate is in the country of Pennsylvania. But Pennsylvania is a very big state. So, yeah, you did, Joey, with your eyes. Yeah, so we'll see. We'll see what happens. But it was great. It was nice to, and it's funny because I was talking to Wendy and I was like, Wendy, should I read this one or this one? And she just stared at me. I was like, did I read you any of those? And she was like, no. What's your deadline? There's no real hard deadline. Somebody asked for the full manuscript, so I should probably finish it for that person, and then I'll start sending it to a bunch of people. So, oh, good, Lisa. Lisa said she's starting to work on the book proposal. It's a big document. It's like another 30-page document, so it's a lot of work. So yeah, but it's a lot. There's just a million things to do and not enough hours, and finishing the construction and chasing Lulu down and cleaning out the fridge. I had to clean out the fridge because we lost electricity on Friday for 2 days. So all that food had to get rid of and go food shopping today. So it's just, yeah. So did Di have any comments when you talked about her? Good question. So I was saying that it's funny. I know Diana, and she's very, very literal. And so I had written one chapter about her, and she said, she goes, well, that's not actually what happened. What happened is that Joe was the one that asked, and blah, 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 blah. And I was like, it doesn't matter. I said, I was not there. So this is my interpretation of your story. She goes, yeah, but you wrote it wrong. So get a pen. Let me tell you, you're going to have to change. I said, I'm not changing it. I'm not changing it. It is what it is. She goes, but I wasn't wearing that red shirt. I was wearing a blue shirt. I go, nobody cares. Just the details that you're saying they're not germane to the story. And we're just going to keep them from what, yeah, but that's not how I said it. I go, I wasn't there. So you're right. It's not, it's just, this is not based on actual events. This is blah, 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 whatever they write. So, but I think that all of Diana's stories, she'll say that the gist is there. Yeah. But trust me, if you are at a reading and she is there, she'll be like, that's not actually how that happened. And she'll pull you into a corner and she'll tell you how it actually happened. It's not historically accurate. Exactly. Names have been changed. No, they haven't. None of the names have been changed because the book isn't done. Oh, really? Denise, what story did she tell you at the airport? Interesting. That's interesting. So we'll see. But is this the first book you've written? Yeah. Yeah. Maybe the last one too, Chrissy. Who knows? So yeah. All gonna come together. We'll see. But thanks for watching, everybody, for this Tipsy Tuesday. I'm not sure if I'll be able to go live tomorrow because I'll be on the move. But I will for sure be back on Thursday, I think, depending on what time my rehearsal is Thursday morning. So yeah, just be bopping. And trying to get some things done this week. And then we'll be home for a while and just kind of wrapping up some projects and all the things. So thanks for watching as always. And yeah, and special thanks to Michelle for putting together our interview tonight, and Lisa Ann for joining us, who just seems super cool. So do yourself a favor, and if you are in the Philadelphia area, go and check out her show and follow her on Instagram. She just seems super positive and just talking about great things and things everybody can relate to. So we love that. So thanks for watching. As always, have a great night and a blessed night, and I'll catch up with you soon. Thanks so much for watching. Bye.